right, good morning. So today what you guys are going to be working on is the meiosis program. So this is going to be on the classroom, and as you go into classroom, you'll see the assignment. It looks like this, okay, it was pushed out to you. The first thing that you're going to do is take a look at these cells. So meiosis is the process of creating the eggs and sperm. So if you recall, on Friday we watched the video about how the fertilization happened, and you saw the sperm combining with the egg, and that we're still trying to answer this question about Millie and Martha and why they have these different pigments. What we're going to look at today is kind of how those eggs and sperm are produced and look at how that happens. Meiosis is very similar to mitosis in the sense that there's divisions of cells, DNA replication happens, and those things. So what you're going to do as you look at this is the first thing you're going to do is sequence these. So when you click on this, you'll get the edit button that'll pop up here, and then you can edit the drawing. So what I want you to do is to take these pictures. When you click edit, you can move them in order. So we know that we're starting with one cell, so this is going to be your first picture. So you're going to take this and move this down here. So now you have one cell. What's the first thing that's going to then happen with this one cell? So this one cell, if you think about what happens with mitosis, you're going to find the next picture that you think would go to here, all right? And then do the next one and the next one and the next one. It's going to divide twice, all right? So you're going to go from 1 to 4. So this is going to be your last picture. So you're going to put them in order from this one to this one, sorting in between, all right? When you're done, you'll click Save and Close, and your picture will be, your sorted pictures should be in these boxes, okay? You're then going to go through and answer these questions, all right, and kind of think about that. For the next part, you're going to look at the models in this diagram. So the first one says, according to Model 1, Model 1 is this half. This is where you're seeing the first cell going through the first division to make these two cells. Notice that you have, this is what's called a homologous pair. So this definition is up here. A homologous pair is when you have these chromosomes that have the same type of information, like they both might carry the gene for eye color, but what's different is that one might carry the gene for blue eye color and one might carry the gene for brown eye color. So they both have eye color, this large black and the large gray, but they carry the different variations of that eye color, along with other traits. Okay, so this here is a homologous pair, where they're carrying information for the same trait, but maybe a slightly different variation of it. So you're going to answer these first couple of questions, 2, 3, and 4, after looking at Model 1, and then you're going to answer 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9, looking at Model 2, which is meiosis 2. So this becomes this cell, this becomes this cell, and they go through a second division. These then here are going to be your egg and your sperm. And so these are what we were seeing in the video on Friday, where this, if this is the egg, it was fertilized by a sperm from the dad. Or if this is the sperm, it was fertilizing the egg of the mom. Okay, it could be either one. They're both made in the same process. Okay. Something else that happens during this thing is what's called crossing over. Okay, and we'll spend a little bit of time with crossing over tomorrow in class. But what happens is these homologous pairs that have, so again, remember that these have the same information, they actually exchange parts with each other. So this one that was all dark black now has a little bit of the gray on it. So it's exchanged part of the information that was here, has gone here and here and here, vice versa. So it mixes the information that's on the chromosomes a little bit. It's not a mutation though, because it's crossing in the exact same spot. So it's taking the alleles, keeping them in the same order, those nucleotides, and using that same order here and here. What's different is that this might have had the order for brown eyes, and this might have the order for blue eyes. And so it takes and changes some of the combinations of traits that could be inherited. So this is the phenomenon of crossing over, and you're going to answer questions 11 and 12 about that. The final thing is looking at fertilization. So here's that sperm, like I mentioned, that could be produced from this process of meiosis. And then here's an egg that's also from this process of meiosis, and then you get your zygote. So then this was the cell that was in the uterus dividing and growing that was created there actually in the fallopian tubes and then moved through the fallopian tubes into the uterus to create the zygote. From there, then, there's just a couple of questions to kind of summarize. Go back, think about what's going on, how it's similar to mitosis, different, etc. Again, the goal of meiosis, the end product of meiosis, are gametes, the sperm and the egg with half the chromosome. And then those two halves combine to make a complete zygote. Okay? The other thing that you have is there will be an optional knowledge probe. It's chapter 12, lesson 4. It's all about meiosis. So if you would like to look at the book and get a little bit more information out of it, you can do that. Remember, if you don't do it, you're not going to get a 0. Okay? So have a great Monday, and I will see you in class on Tuesday.